Good morning, gang, Raider Nation, YouTube. Afakasi Raider down below. It's the Nutty one, Nutty Raider Nate, with another edition of Wake Up Nation. It's been a bit of a minute since we've done one of these, but here we are back at it again. As you like to say, Nutty Raider Nate, what's happening?
What's happening? Salute to everybody. Good morning, chat. Good morning, nation. Everybody, Afakasi, good to see you, brother. As always, Robert, Egalitarian, everybody in the chat. Hey, it's been a minute, right?
Been a minute. But here we are, back at it again. Unfortunate that what brings us together is the Raider football that ain't doing too great at the moment, right?
Yeah.
And Jerry, salute to you.
Yeah. Well, according to some people, everything's going as planned. So it's unfortunate, but it might
Who
be
are
our
these
reality.
some people? What?
Hey, everybody wants to tank. I don't want to tank, bro. I want to win. But if we can be a spoiler from here on out, I'm with that too. So yeah, if we can't go to the playoffs, nobody can.
Just real quickly, do you invest at all into playoff football if the Raiders aren't there?
No, I'll pay attention strictly just to see who's going to be a free agent next year and to watch their market go up. I guess just kind of scouting for who's available. I guess, but yeah, no, I don't.
Right, that's your only investment. Gotcha.
Once the Raiders are eliminated, it's like okay.
Yeah, I might have to start turning on the college ball once the season's done.
Well, college is.
I don't care about none of these teams. If the Raiders ain't there, couldn't give a shit.
College
is. I can't remember the last time I watched a full playoff game.
Yeah,
I can't even remember. Like outside, other than the Raiders, that's probably the last time when the Raiders played the Bengals back in 2021. But yeah. Anyway, salute to the chat, Tony. Jerry and Egalitarian, good morning to you guys. Good to see you in the feed. Tony, it's been a minute since I've seen you in my feed, but good to see you back. I'm going to read this comment here. Salute to my brother, Afakasi Raider Nation. End of my work break. Still listening, fellas. Salute, Nate. What's up, bro? Well, it's good to see you, Tony, and everyone else that joined the feed.
Yep.
Well, I'll let you share quickly your takes, whatever you want to shoot on, whether you want to talk about the game or, I mean, the news this week hasn't really been much of any. I haven't heard much, so I don't know. Talk to me, Nate.
Hey, Aiden's the man, bro. Aiden is the fucking man. I like what he's doing. Again, under circumstances with the broken thumb and kind of just we're changing the offense again and the scheme, and he's got to adjust once again. He's stepping up to the plate and he's answering all the calls, and 340 yards, 340 something yards. I mean, that's impressive against a championship style type of defense against the Chiefs. Too bad we couldn't get that win. He deserved it. All those guys who fought hard the whole game, they deserved it. It's just it's the draw of the luck right there. Bad breaks, I guess, whatever you want to call it. But to have everybody on a different page in the last play of the game, that's just the way it happened. That's the way it was. It's too bad.
It happened the way it was.
It's so Jacoby Myers isn't lined up properly on that last play. Michael Mayer, the tight end, whoever, they're fiddling with the line position too much. Jackson Powers Johnson, he's got to turn his head before he snaps the ball. He's got to make sure everyone's lined up. That's his job as a center. Parham's got to sit there and stare at O'Connell, make sure that everything's set, and before he can turn around and tap Jackson Powers Johnson. I mean, there's so much blame on that last play. Coaching, I mean, to come out and say at the end of the game, oh, we just wanted to run around and waste some time and throw the ball out of bounds or whatever. That's ridiculous as well. I wish those guys got that win. Fuck the draft position. I don't want a QB. I've said it before. BPA, best player available. Let's win some games. Let's keep this keep a positive momentum going into next year. I don't want that tanking shit. Fucking stinks, bro. I don't want nothing to do with it. But my thoughts.
Gotcha. Well, appreciate you sharing those with us, Nate. Just a side note, since you changed your camera, like if you do the moving the hands, you're doing the, you know that Michael Jackson video clip back in the 80s? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Yeah. See? Is it just me, chat, or has he got the whole like Halo thing kind of? Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I'm still trying to figure out the settings on this camera. It's a lot more options, but I like it. It's a little crispier, but yeah, you're right. It's something's weird going on. Yeah.
Makes your cheeks look kind of rosy too.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta change.
Been playing that
the contrast.
What's that thing that they haven't now? The whole slap thing instead of like outside of UFC MMA.
Slap fight. Slap fight. Yeah.
Either that or Miss 39 likes it rough.
Nah.
Sorry, man, I'm kidding. Bad joke.
Nah.
I'm fucking with you. Sorry, respectful.
Yeah.
Hey. But anyways, anything else you want to share about the week or whatever?
I mean, Aiden O'Connell. I mean, he did his thing. Coaching is questionable again. Yeah, I mean, that last play was a real bummer. Referees, I mean, we couldn't catch a break from the very start of the game. They changed the penalty during the commercial break. Like I already knew some faulty shit was going to happen after that one play. We AJ Cole. AJ Cole pinned him to the 2-3 yard line, and then they called a penalty, and they brought him all the way up to like the 30 or 25 or something. And I knew after that it was just some fuckery going on. So, unfortunate, but that's the life of a Raider. We're gonna have to go against all 31 teams plus the refs. So, we gotta make sure you eat your Wheaties in the morning. It's gonna be a long day.
Right. It's gonna be a long day. Anyone else you want to give a shout out to other than Aiden O'Connell? I mean, we'll try to keep it positive rather than negatives.
McCormick is busting out. I mean, me and you kind of give him a hard time.
Yes, I heard that. I like I said, I didn't watch much of the game, if any, because I was, like I said, I flew in that morning at the start of the game, and I was just dead tired. And I woke up to the final play call of the game, and that was it for me. But I heard Sincere McCormick had, and I saw by the stats he ran quite well. He was running at 6 yards a pop for how many yards did he run for? Was it 30 or 40?
Honestly, I thought like he was up closer to 60, but I could be wrong. It might be last week.
Check
he averaged.
I'll bring it up.
He averaged close to 5-6 yards a carry. His vision is he's got to by far have the best vision. I mean, compared to Zamir White. I mean, Zamir White, everybody's got to have better vision than Zamir White.
That's unfair having that as a bar because that's as low of a bar when it comes to vision. Like I haven't seen vision that bad since the days of Trent Richardson. Remember Trent Richardson?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Terrible. And for you
so
to not
bad
notice,
he didn't even make it past for preseason.
For no other coaching staff or anybody who gets paid to evaluate talent there, recognize that Zamir White's not the guy. It needs to be fired immediately. I don't know if that's AP or Telesco. This is ridiculous.
Well, I will. In all fairness, like he had proven with that little stretch at the end of last season that he was good enough to give him a shot. I will give him that, but he's proved so far that he just ain't it. To be honest, I don't want to see Samir take another snap as a Raider. Like I've seen enough. But I will go to Sincere since you brought him up. This is a guy I've heavily criticized, and I felt rightly so, being that he's been on our team for 3 years, done squat, hasn't even been able to get off the practice squad despite our running woes. So what is he doing still on our roster? But he was given his chance first last week and then this week, and he's run exceptionally well with the limited carries that he's had. I think he had 13 this week, and he did run for like 60 yards and five yards of carry. So that's really good. Very pleased to see that with McCormick. A guy, like, I get critical of players, and when they come out and prove me wrong, I'll be the first one to come out and sing their praises. And Sincere McCormick has been doing his thing for the last couple of weeks. So, you know, a guy I've heavily criticized to do what he's been doing, like that's all I ask, just to contribute. And if he can do that sustainably, that would be fantastic. I do believe there's a spot for him next season, at least to compete. Whether he gets more of a role, time will tell. I'm still wanting the team to draft 1, draft 2, just revamp the whole running back room. But Sincere has a place there as a role player, whatever it may be. And salute to you on 6. What up, AR? Nate, favorite Moore DT memory, right? Well, my favorite Moore memory would have been the Colin Kaepernick game where he was trash talking him, as well as actually it was his first play as a Raider when he sacked Tony Romo in preseason. And then he was doing the dance and the wave, and like you could see the players on the sideline doing it with him, and then the whole Coliseum. Like that's where the footage comes from in my intro. I don't know if you saw that where he was doing the wave. That came from that game that I was talking about. So,
okay.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
It's got to be that scene where they were going in the locker room and C.O. Moore got in Kaepernick. Yeah, that was some
right.
shit for me.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's still on the internet. It's still on the internet.
Yeah.
What did he say? I'm good, bitch ass.
Yeah.
Bigger.
Yeah.
That rhymes with that word.
Yeah.
Tony Shepard, OL healthy now, running more power run game. Right. Well, it seems to me that the running game has started to pick up steam with Amir Abdullah. Like, credit to him. He's been doing better. Like, a guy who's always been solid. And he's, despite our running woes this season, he's proving more of the same, like a solid guy. But I want better than solid as I start. I want like someone we can really get behind. If Sincere does this sustainably from here on out, like he has a good chance to maybe compete for that spot. But I still stand by what I said. Like I want them to draft once, draft twice. I don't care.
Yeah. Hey, Amir Abdullah, that's a great name you brought up. He's drinking from the fountain of youth. He's got a jump skip, kind of a cutback where he looks pretty young again. I don't know what's going on, what kind of regimen he's on, but he's looking pretty explosive considering his age. I mean, I'm not going to say he's a Charlie Gardner or anything, but he is a weapon out the backfield that they got to respect. You know what I mean? So yeah, I love Amir Abdullah, but we can't talk about the offense and forget our boy Big Brock. You know what I mean? He's out there shattering a franchise league records around the league. He's as a rookie, he's just a mammoth out there, just bully ball. Right. Guys don't want to tackle him. They almost purposely like let him go, so pass him to the next guy, pass the buck kind of thing. And I love it. I love that kind of bully ball. And yeah, Brock Bowers is a blessing in disguise this year. But yeah, right. I just wish we could get him some more wins, some more touchdowns. Maybe he'd be in the conversation a little bit more for offensive player of the year for rookies, I guess. But
right,
yeah, the red zone's killing us overall. It's killed us for years, all the way back.
Appreciate you on 6.
Since we had Derek Carr and Darren Waller, and the list goes on and on. Just our red zone hasn't been good for decades, and that's you can't. Right. You can't really pinpoint it on anybody specifically. We just got to get better as a team.
When is the last time our red zone was half decent? Maybe was it even in that 2019 season with Josh Jacobs' first year? Like were we decent then? I don't think so.
That must have been Gruden's first year, right? Nah, we sucked. I think we sucked that year.
Salute to you, all gas, no breaks. The first time I seen you in the feed. Sorry.
No,
I'll read out the comment. Sorry. The Raiders are not worth waking up this early. Our season has been cooked, right? Oh, well. Salute to you. Appreciate the comment, but ain't nothing we ain't used to. So, yeah. Sorry, Nate. Go ahead.
No, you're good, bro. We're just shooting the shit. All gas, no breaks, bro. Hey, it's all love, bro. Appreciate you stopping through. It's been a tough year. I'm with you, bro. But we keep the show rolling. Fuck it.
We do. Win, lose, or tie, right? Raider Nation till we die.
How we motherfucking
not just
die.
Saying it's a way of like, yeah, for sure. You know, some people they say it, but they don't mean it. If you want to jump off, then cool, but I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. No hard feelings, brother. No hard feelings. Take care.
Now my wife is fair enough, spending more time with the family. So there we go. There's, I guess, a silver lining in everything, right?
Huh.
Anyways, Nate, any other thoughts? Otherwise, we can just get on to the next segment and salute to you, Raider Joe. Nice to see you in the feed, my brother. That on-sick guy has been doing me for years. Yeah, right. Just like that Dustin guy. Anyways, Nate.
The defense did their thing. I mean, we pretty much kept Patrick Mahomes in the cage. We held them to a winnable amount. We couldn't score enough points at the end of the day. Max Crosby's effort is unmatched once again. We need at least like 10 more guys just like him on defense, and we could win a Super Bowl. But
I'll give you a name that I heard stood up, and I've been noticing the effort from K'Lavon Chaisson.
Oh yeah, he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
2.5 sacks, I believe. He's got that nasty. He's got that nasty pass rushing move. He just the swipe. He just and he got a little hop skip to it, and he can dip up out of there. He was a first round draft pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars, so there is potential there. There is potential, and it's I'm okay with it with bringing him in, and it looks like the risk is higher than the reward is higher than the risk. So,
well, there is no risk. What's the risk? We signed him on a cheap deal. If he doesn't pan out, like, he can get up out of here. And if he does start working it out and playing like that consistently, and yes, it is Raider Joe. That's number 4 for K'Lavon Chaisson.
Exactly. Yep.
I was trying to remember his name early in the season, and the way I was able to memorize his name was K'Lavon Chaisson, better than Brendan Faison.
Yeah, that works, I guess. Yeah,
well, it worked for me. That's how I remember.
Yeah.
It's quite a unique name, right?
I'll just fuck it up and butcher it and let you correct me later. Yeah,
come on, Nate. Give it. What's number 44's name?
K'Lavon Chaisson. K'Lavon Chaisson.
There we go.
Yeah, I got it.
You haven't butchered the English language yet.
I'll fuck it up next week. It's still early in the show.
We're waiting. Yeah, still early in the show. Chaisson looked like Kuntz last year. Well, he has been showing more effort the last couple of weeks. Unfortunately, Tyree had he was a non-factor this game from the stats count anyway. But from the highlight film that I did see, I noticed he's been playing a lot more NASCAR. Like, instead of going to the outside, they've been putting him on the inside. So yeah. But anyways, anything else? Otherwise, we can move on to our finishing off the segment we started the last time we were live.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we go get started. Let the party start.
All right, hang on. And did you see the thumbnail I created?
Yeah, you got Bush up
I had to put your boy, your boy Michael Bush one time.
Yeah. The mini bus.
Let me get rid of this. For sure. You want to shuffle a little bit to your right? There we go. Boy, you're like this. All right, so can you see that? Let me zoom in a little bit. Can you see?
Yeah. It's on a big screen.
All right, well, that's what we've done so far. So I just thought I'd bring that up because you did offense the last time we were together. Is there anything there that you would change, or you're pretty happy with that?
Yeah, we're good. I think everybody's in place.
You happy with your fullback room? You don't have a spot for John Ritchie?
I do like John Ritchie. I'd probably put John Ritchie there before Ingold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, is he number 2 or number 3?
2.
Is that Ritchie with a T or no T?
I think there's a T. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna put that there. You happy with your wide receivers?
Adam Crabtree. Yep.
Yeah. Tight end, yeah, no brainer. Slot. Now this is an interesting one. I like that room there, but you brought up a name that I hadn't heard of when we were doing this last time, and then while I was away on vacation, I was bendering the 2000 season, and that saw the reemergence of a player that you brought up, and that was Andre Rison. You know, the space.
He's a dog. Yeah.
Do you remember that celebration he did?
No, I don't remember. I remember Andre Rison though. Yeah, he was a. I like the way he played. He brought us another element to the game. He didn't play very long for us though, maybe a year or two. But that's kind of why I left him off this list. But
salute to you, God. Nice to see you in the feed.
Andre Rison.
So you would leave it as is?
Yeah. But that's good shit. AR Rison was a dog, bro. I like.
Yeah, I'd never heard of him before, and then going back and watching him. That's what I can appreciate is not just watching the Raiders winning in Oakland, but also like discovering new players. You know, like seeing Tim Brown in his prime, seeing Rich Gannon, Napoleon Kaufman, Tyrone Wheatley. Man, Tyrone Wheatley, like he's not the fastest, not the strongest, but a guy who just runs with sheer will. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that. And even like unheralded guys like William Thomas, the linebacker, Greg Beekett, what was that? A cornerback, Eric Allen, you know?
Yeah. Oh,
there were some names there. Yeah.
He's Darrell up Russell. For the Hall of Fame right now, Eric Allen. They're trying to get him in right now this year.
Right. He's considered one of the all-time greats, but most of his play came with the Niners, right?
He's up.
My mistake.
No, the Eagles. He's up there though with interceptions with like the top 5 best all time as far as interceptions go. Eric Allen's got to be in there. Just his numbers alone. He's just not a household name. What's up, Pete?
Yes. We're doing salute to you, Pete. So we're doing. Nate's going to be finishing off his list. So last time we got together, we did the offense, and I was actually talking to Pete and Gord the last time I did a game stream, just spitballing and getting names from them. But yeah, we're just going through the offense just in case he wants to change anything. We changed one of the names. We had to slot in Richie at fullback behind Marcel Reese. But in terms of the offensive line, is there anything you would change, or are you pretty happy with that?
Oh, we're good. Yeah, we're good.
I'll tell you what, like, that was the other thing I learned to appreciate was that offensive line back then. I'm going to see if I can remember saying this without looking at the screen. Lynchcomb at left tackle. Steve Wisniewski at left guard. Center was Barrett Robbins. Mo Collins at right guard, who was a good right guard. See, another player I learned to discover.
I guess he passed away. Mo Collins passed away. I just heard about this a couple weeks ago.
Yes, he did. Yeah, Mo Collins did pass away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So yeah, but he was quite good in his own right. So I would ask you the question. I don't know if you educated yourself or re-educated yourself about Cooper Carlisle, but who would you have as that backup behind Gay Jackson? For me, he's the best, but there's a bit of a coin toss between these two, I'd say.
Cooper did play scrappy. He played with a lot of nastiness. I like his style. When you brought him up, I can't. That was just been I was checked out those years. We sucked so much. I didn't really care. I don't know what was going on with me, but
we didn't suck in 2010 and 11.
I don't know. I think
that was the Darren McFadden years.
Was it?
Yeah.
We still, yeah. What was our best record with Darren McFadden? Like 8-8.
Well, we were 8-8 back to back, but there's context to those seasons. Like we could have and should have done better, but yeah. And salute to you, Holly. Salute. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, I was checked out.
He was a great right guy. Started the Millennium. What say you, Cooper Carlisle or Mo Collins?
From what I remember, Mo Collins did his thing, and we actually won games with Mo Collins, so I got to go Mo Collins. We
That's
won
fair.
Games that mattered, and
I will say Mo Collins seemed to block with a little more nastiness from what I saw in that 2000 season. But I will say Cooper Carlisle's longevity and durability really works in his favor. Because you got to remember, this is a guy who was our starting right guard from 2007, I believe, all the way to 2012. So that's a long time. And it wasn't like we drafted him either.
Yeah.
So
the Broncos, right? The Broncos
came from the Broncos. Yeah, I hope that's how I spell his name. Wow. Okay. So, anyways, put some respect on his name. But are you happy with that on the offensive side of the ball, or should we just move to the defense?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Let's go D.
Good. All right, let's go D. All right.
Defense.
All right, defense. So, talk to me, Nate. You got to give us your first honorable mention at defensive end, or do you want to name the starters first? Maybe that might be easy.
Let's go starters. Yeah, let's go starters. It's Mac, Khalil Mack.
Starter number one.
Yep.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yep.
Maybe that's the best for me. Is a no-brainer.
The best Raider player in the past 20 years.
Right. A defensive MVP, an all-pro at two positions, a closer, a leader, a finisher, a winner, a gamer, a baller, playmaker, shot call. And that's, to me, the only thing that separates him from Max is that, like, I feel like he made more closing plays than Max Crosby. And that's not to say Max Crosby, for me, isn't great. But anyways, yes, we won a ton with Mo in 2000, 2001, 2002. Then coaching carousel began. Yeah. Well, I'm going to get to that in my Raider Bender session. But anyways, continue, Nate.
I'm going to go runner up for me. I got to say Derek Burgess.
Yeah.
He's right. He's right there from Khalil Mack. He went a few years back to back with leading the league in sacks for us. With not a lot of help either. He was just our star of the show. I like the way Derek Burgess played a lot. A lot of effort.
He had sat for a little while as his inside man, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Granted, Sapp wasn't the force he was when in his prime, but he was still. When you're all-time great, you can have a little bit more longevity to you, if that makes sense.
We weren't using him correctly either. Afakasi, I don't know if you know this. He's been on interviews where they try to use him. Where he talks about the defensive coordinator try to use him in a 3-4 scheme, and he just doesn't work good under those conditions. And as soon as they switched it to the 4-man scheme, he flourished and he got his numbers up a little bit. So we weren't using Sapp at all correctly when we first got him. So that's probably why he kind of left with a sour taste in his mouth as well. Because I know a few Raider fans that kind of fight me on Warren Sapp being a Raider, and he's not. I'm on the other side.
I hear that.
I'm on the other side of that. We don't use our guys very well. So, but yeah.
I hear that, and I haven't got to seeing Warren Sapp as a Raider yet, admittedly. But I heard from Stu. Shout out to Stu. He said he was a great teammate, a good guy off the field. So, shout out to us, Stu. And well, one of the all-time greats, like I said, just not by the time he got to us. He was a spent force who still had some in the tank. Yeah. But anyways, we got our starters. So I guess it'd be a no-brainer. Would be the next man up since he's not starting alongside Khalil Mack, right? Or am I wrong?
Who you got?
Well, you wouldn't have Max Crosby as the next man up?
I know. I probably could have put Max before Derek, but I'm a little upset at Max right now for fucking his bullshit.
Yeah, you're not alone. You're not alone.
Yeah, the Max is up there. I like, Max is a Raider. He's playing with effort, and just like Derek Burgess, he doesn't have a lot of help. It's just it's unfortunate. But man, Max Crosby, he's up there.
Just for clarity, chat, like this is for the most part Nate's list. I would personally have Max Crosby starting, but hey, if he wants Derek Burgess, then we'll run with that.
Yeah.
But after
it's my list. It's my list.
It's my house. This is my house. All right. Who would be your other defensive end?
See, and it gets kind of He's kind of thin around here.
I'm going to see if you remember a name that went over on Six's head when we were doing this.
Who? Arden Key?
Arden Key, come on, dog. He's not making a post-millennium team. Come on.
What is it? Shaquille? Not Shaquille. What's his name?
Shaquille? Shalik Calhoun.
Shalik Calhoun, yeah.
Oh God, he'd be on it. If we were to do an opposite, like a Buster team, he'd be on that Buster team.
God,
and salute to Willie Wayne. Nice to see him.
Name all these.
There's a name, Desmond Bryant. Wow, that's a blast from the past. But he was more of a rotational guy. He was all right. He didn't really do much. But anyways, come on, Nate, talk to me. You've named three. You need another backup.
Who do you got? Who you got lined up? I'm curious.
God, on Six forgot this name too. All right, so his name is the same as a NFL city that has an NFL franchise.
Lamar Houston.
Yes.
I didn't think he was that good though. That's why I didn't name him.
Come on, dog. 10 sacks in his first season.
Good
morning to you, Red Event. He's in the chat. Nice to see you.
But then he disappeared for a minute, bro. Lamar Houston, he came back and retired a Raider like he should have. I got a lot of love for Lamar Houston, but as far as all-time greats, maybe I
post millennium.
Post millennium. Maybe
you got Bruce Irvin. You got
I put Bruce before.
Who else? You'd have Bruce.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. And salute to you, Ray. Nice to see you in the feed. Willie Wayne.
A little more impactful for Khalil Mack on the other side.
The Robin to Khalil Mack's Batman.
Yeah,
Benton's in the chat, so if you wanted to, I don't know if you gave him a shout out.
Yeah,
Nate?
My dog. Ether, my dog. What's good with you, bro?
So, all right, you got Mack, Crosby, Burgess, Irvin. Would Lamar Houston not be your next man up?
Yeah, we'll go Lamar Houston. He's in the third tier.
And then who would be your last man? Justin Tuck, Malcolm Kuntz, Matt Shaughnessy, a guy I appreciated. Danico Autry. He was more of an interior when he was with us.
Yeah, I like Autry.
He did more of his work with other teams, though, I will say. Like, he did okay for us as a rotational guy.
He balled with us, AR. He contributed, in my opinion.
He contributed, but he didn't ball out until he went to other teams, man.
We let him go.
He was a rotational guy. We let him go, but his best years was with other teams. Not to say he wasn't. He was decent enough, but he wasn't like overly stellar as a Raider. 3 seasons, 5.5 sacks. You know what I mean? So
yeah. But the effect he had on the defensive line, I feel like he kind of he did his thing. The numbers don't
good rotational guy, but
don't do him justice. Yeah.
Another name I'll give you is Trevor Scott. There's another one.
I'm gonna go Cowser.
Trevor Scott.
Remember Cowser?
Nope, I'll take your word for it. What's his first name?
I'm kidding. I'm wondering how many people in the chat remember Cowser.
Didn't we have a Cowser who was a wide receiver?
No, it was a defensive end. He was like a.
I'm pretty sure there was a Cowser that didn't make it past preseason one time. I'm gonna see if my memory serves me correctly. Wide receiver.
Was his name Cowser? If I'm questioning myself now. He was a defensive end.
It was a Cowser. James Cowser. I think I was right. 2016, undrafted free agent.
I don't remember shit. Yeah, but there was another. There was another.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Chandler Jones, Mr. Hall of Famer before Khalil Mack. Yeah, right.
James Cowser. Fuck, I don't remember Cowser. That's funny. Yeah,
wide receiver didn't do nothing for us. Come on, Nate. Come on, you got to give one more name.
Yeah.
Jihad Ward. Come on. Matt Shaughnessy, Trevor Scott, Malcolm Kuntz, Justin Tuck.
Yeah. Tuck didn't play long enough for us. I mean, they moved him inside and out. He was versatile. I guess they'll throw Tuck up there. Yeah, so I don't think
You want to put Tuck up there?
Yeah, he's not going to make it to the defensive tackles.
Okay. All right. We'll go interior.
We're going all the way.
Who was
back.
the main man in years?
I got to go Richard Seymour, Tommy Kelly. I like Terrell Sands. Yeah, he was a fucking monster. Ted Washington.
What about Darrell Russell?
Darrell Russell was in late 90s. I don't think he made it to the new millennium.
No, he was in the early millennium. He was in that 2000 team.
You sure?
We drafted him, I believe, 99.
Like
yeah.
97, I think.
No, man, I'm pretty sure it was 99.
Out of USC, I think he was 97.
Is it how do you spell his name?
I smoke a lot of weed.
Is it Darrell? Am I Darrell Russell? That's
Darrell Russell. Yeah,
that's what I meant. Darrell Russell.
Yeah, I like Darrell Russell.
Oh, and he's dead too.
Yeah, he been dead.
Oh wow!
I think off for like
man, how sad.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was a first round selection, 97.
Yeah.
No, he I think it was a car accident. But yeah, Mario Edwards opposite Max should have been a mainstay. Well, that was no fault of any of the coaching. It was just Mario Edwards never progressed after his rookie season. He just kept getting hurt and he never took that next step. So yeah, I don't put that on coaching.
He's balling with the Texans right now. Mario Edwards still in the league. Yeah,
he's still in the league, but he's not a baller. He's a contributor, but
he's contributing.
You know, he never took that next step, especially with the Raiders. But anyways, what order would you have, Nate?
Seymour's got to be my top DT.
Yeah. So Richard Seymour.
Yeah, and Sap's got to be right there. 1 and 2.
You're not having Russell start?
Can we make Russell? Was he there for 2000? I throw Russell.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, throw Russell. Darrell Russell. If we can throw him in there, throw him in.
So 2000, 2001, 2002.
Okay, yeah.
Got to be a star.
My memory is a little fuzzy.
Darrell Russell. Okay.
Sap.
So Sap would be your next guy up?
Yeah.
There's another name for you, Grady Jackson.
Grady Jackson. Yeah.
Eddie Vander Does. Yeah, Eddie Vander doesn't.
I like Grady Jackson. We can go.
Chester McLaughlin was. He was in the 90s. He didn't make it to the 2000s. I know. Nate doesn't like Chester. I appreciate Chester from the Raider football I've seen, but Nate does not.
He our sides at least once a game, like in the most crucial moments of the game. I have some bad memories of Chester.
So who would be your next man up from Darrell Russell?
Grady. I did like Grady Jackson. That's a good one. Yeah, Grady Jackson.
Over Tommy Kelly?
Yep. I think Tommy Kelly underperformed for as big as he was. What? He should have had more impact on the game. Yeah, Tommy Kelly underperformed. In my opinion.
Put some respect on my boy Tommy Kelly's name. Huh. Anyways, this is Nate's list. It's not mine.
Yeah, it's my list.
All right. It's my house. This is my house. All right, come on.
Grady Jackson. And then we'll throw Tommy Kelly in the third tier. And then for John Perella, you guys remember John Perella? We got him from the Chargers. I like John Perella.
How the fuck? Raider Pete says, remember Ted Washington? I think that was. I like that 2000 season.
I like Teddy.
So we're
Washington.
gonna put him. We're gonna put him in there.
Yeah, let's go Teddy Washington then. Yep.
I'm pretty sure he was on that 2000 team.
Yeah.
Wow, but he's a big motherfucker.
Monster.
170 kgs. My goodness.
Monster. He's probably bigger than that too. He was.
What's his name? Sorry. Just
Ted Washington.
On the screen. Ted Washington. Okay, so. And then it's a huge drop off after that, right? We've been pretty bad in interior for so long now. Although, if it wasn't for injury, I liked what I saw from Christian Wilkins. Hopefully, next season he can be the guy that we've been looking for since all of those guys, because it's just been a turnstile. Outside of Justin Ellis, who's okay. Yeah,
unfortunately,
he's a guy I'd give a shout out to.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Ellis.
Mm-hmm.
We'll move over to the linebacker core. The Mike.
Middle linebacker. I think I'm gonna go Greg Beaker. I think Greg Beaker.
Yeah, Greg Beaker. That's what's up.
Won some games for us with the green dot back in the day when the football was really football. Greg Beaker was the man. And right behind him's got to be Kirk Morrison.
Greg Beaker, to me, is like a more solid and has a more longevity so far. Robert Spillane. He's kind of Robert Spillane is now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Would that be a fair comparison?
Yeah.
Although I think, not saying he's bad in pass coverage, because he's actually been better the last couple of years. I'd say Beaker's coverage is a little bit better, but he doesn't hit as hard as Spillane. But anyways, Captain Kirk, did you back up?
Yep. Yeah, Spillane, I guess. Yeah, Spillane's right there. I like the way
a name that was passed on to me via on 6 was Napoleon Harris. Apparently, he was pretty good. But would you have Spillane over him?
We drafted him, and then we let him go to the Vikings. He didn't really do enough. He didn't really have a big impact, especially where we drafted him.
Spillane?
Yeah.
And shout outs to who else? Denzel Perryman and Navarro Bowman would be my other guys.
Yeah. Perryman was nice, yeah.
Quite decent.
Yeah. If he could have stayed healthy, he might still be here. I'm going Spillane. Spillane's our guy right now.
That's what's up.
We bring him back.
Yeah. And the dishonorable mention would be Rolando friggin' McClain.
Rolando.
My least favorite Raiders of all time. I hate that guy.
Yeah.
If we were to have a buster team, he would be my starter middle linebacker. Rolando McClain.
Do. Yeah. And we had a dude named Henny.
Ben Heaney.
Ben Heaney, yeah.
Ben Heaney. That's who I said. That was my player comparison for Tommy Eichenberg. I said Tommy Eichenberg's ceiling is Robert Spillane. His floor is Ben Heaney. And so far, he's kind of Ben Heaney 2.0. So far, but it's early days.
Yeah. And then left outside linebacker to go to the next one. I'm gonna go Thomas Howard.
Gotcha. Rest in peace. So the Mike. No, sorry, Mike Sam. The Sam.
I think
Thomas Howard, R.I.P.
I think the left is the weak. Is it the weak or the strong?
Will is the weak.
Okay.
Sam is the strong.
Okay.
So left linebacker is the if the offense is running to their strong side, the right.
Yeah. You're right. Yep. I'm looking at it as an offensive line. Yep.
Yeah. So rest in peace to Thomas Howard. Does Romanowski get a spot in there?
Oh yeah. Romo.
Was he a Sam or a Mike? Sorry, was he Sam, Mike, or Will?
He might have been a middle. Yeah, he might have been a Mike, yeah. If we gotta take somebody else, gotta be Spillane. And put Romo up there, yeah.
Was he a middle linebacker? Chat, can you help us out? Was he playing on the outside? We'll get back to that.
I want to say he was in the middle, yeah. But
Pete, can you help us out with this one? I'll put him here, but this can change. And anyone else at that?
Man, we haven't had very good many linebackers.
Right.
Yeah.
It's been slim pickings, right?
I guess C.O. Moore would be up there, huh?
He was more the he was the weak side.
Okay.
Okay, so that is the spot for. So would you have Romanowski as that? Would you have him starting or Thomas Howard? Romo or Thomas Howard?
I'm gonna go Thomas Howard. Yeah, I'm gonna go Thomas Howard. Rest in peace.
Okay. Rest in peace.
but I like Romanowski. I like the way he played.
All right. And who would be your last guy? I'll throw you some names. There's a guy from the 2000s who I learned to appreciate, and that was what's his name? William Thomas. He got 6 interceptions that year, so he was quite good.
Is he 50, 58, 53 or something? Forget his number.
I forgot to. I think 59, possibly.
Okay. I think I remember him,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, we had who was it? Remember Phil Wheeler? Yeah. The winner of the Little John lookalike contest.
Oh, with the dreads, yeah. Right? Yeah.
Miles Burris, who's gone on to acting now. God.
Miles Burris has
so long.
has his own podcast.
Malcolm Smith, another guy. Yeah, he's been doing some things on the YouTube scene.
Yeah.
As well as his acting.
Yeah.
It hasn't really been a particularly strong positional group. So, yeah. Is there a name you can decide on? I feel like I'm forgetting someone. Tahir Whitehead's another name, but he wasn't that great, White.
Tahir, nah. No. He led our team in tackles every year too, but he was always chasing.
His pass coverage is horrible.
Yeah. Poof. Man. I did like Burris. Burris's career was cut short. They compared him out of college.
Would you have him over William Thomas? Thomas is pretty good in 2000.
I want to say I remember Thomas. If he was 58, I remember those interceptions. I remember he played pretty good for us, but I'm just not sure if I remember him correctly. Was he a special teams guy primarily?
I don't know, but he was quite good in that 2000 season.
Yeah, I want to say he was special teams guy primarily. I can't give him considering where we're at right now. Let's just go Thomas for now. Yeah, if we got to change it later, we'll change it. If I think of something.
Yeah, we'll change it. Yeah. This might be a little bit easier. This group here, the Sam linebacker, so the pass rushing linebacker, or on the the Will. Sorry, that's the Will. The Will linebacker, the weak side.
Hmm.
You want me to give you some names?
Yeah, go
ahead. Cam Wembley. He'd be a name. Eric Barton. C.O. Moore. You mentioned it before.
Barton.
They're all linebackers.
Barton was he was a thumper. I like Barton. Yeah, we'll go Barton. Be
a starter. Okay.
Yeah. Wembley was nice. Was Woodley over there too? You said
Woodley was. He was more of an end when he came over us. He was not good as a Red.
Yeah,
he was not.
C.O. Moore, I think, was a name you could put right there.
You starting C.O. Moore over Cam Wembley?
No, I think Wembley
had Cam Wembley starting.
I think Wembley over Moore, but Moore would be my third one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So Cam Wembley and C.O. Moore. And shout out to Travis Scott, who was an end / pass rushing linebacker. Remember Travis Scott?
No.
Raider Joe was calling him Max Crosby before Max Crosby.
Hmm.
All right, we'll move on. Secondary, cornerback, number 1.
Gary and Conley.
And starting alongside him was Damon Arnett.
Damon Arnett. Gosh.
Yeah. That would be our buster team, Damon Arnett and Gary. Well, Gary and Conley, I can appreciate that he's been working on himself the last couple of years, and he tried to find his way back into the league. So I will give the guy credit in taking a step back and trying to better himself. You know what I mean? So he's not the character guy that Arnett was, if that makes sense. And I put that like with quotation marks. So yeah, I think it's unfair to give him that comp with Damon Arnett. Ugh, say no more. But anyways, I just want to read out this comment here for Pete because he's been giving us a lot of insight. Kurt Morrison played every linebacker position, but Sam Thomas, Robert Thomas, Cam Wembley, Eric Barton, not the best group. No, it wasn't the outside linebacker, but we did have some names. Just, I guess, the best of the bunch being Barton and Wembley. We need to get Pete up here. 2-1 with him, right? Can you hear me? Just 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you're kind of chopping up on my end. I don't know. You're good though now.
Am I good now? Okay.
You're good. Yeah.
Pete, you're going to have to reach out to me on social media. We'll have to do one with you because you know a lot about like this stuff, as well as you, Gord. We were having this conversation the other night. But anyways, Charles Woodson would be your starter number 1, the GOAT.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Can't cover us, GOAT, right?
Hands down. Eric,
and the other spot would be easy too. Or would it?
Yeah, what are you gonna say? Oh, I guess you can say.
You're not putting Namdi?
Namdi awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
Although, like, it's an interesting debate. Who would you say was better in terms of career overall? Maybe you could say Eric Allen, but his best days, from what I understand, was with the Eagles, right? Where he's considered an all-time great. Not saying Namdi's not, but yeah.
He had like 30 picks with the Eagles, and then he came to the Raiders and he put up like 20 more or something. I'm just making up the numbers, but it wasn't. He was still effective with us. So
he was. I was watching him in that 2000 season. He was very effective.
Yeah, savvy vet. Had all the tools. Eric Allen's up there for me.
All right. So Eric Allen would be your next guy?
Yep.
And then there's a huge drop-off, right? Oh, boy. Huge. Who would be your next guy?
I'll
throw you some names. Casey Hayward, David Emerson, TJ Carey. Not TJ Carey. What was that guy we had? Rocky in. Torrey James, Frank Washington, Chris Carr, was he here?
Yep. He played around. I think he played slot. He moved around.
Yeah, that would be my next guy too, Bentha. He was stellar until he got injured, and we got him for pretty much nothing. I think we picked him off waiver wire when the Redskins let him go. But yeah, a shame he got injured, and then teams figured him out after injury. But I have good memories of Emerson. But anyways, Nate, go ahead.
Emerson was dope. Yeah.
You have Emerson as that next man up?
Yeah, we could throw Emerson in there. I don't know if he's second or third tier, but yeah, we'll throw him in there.
Yeah, from the Redskins. Yeah, that's what I said, I think. So who after that?
I'm going to say
such a drop off after Allen and Allen, Namdi, and Woodson, right?
I'll go back to Philip Buchanan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is third tier. He was underwhelming as well, but he was still a solid player for us.
Another guy that gets a little bit of love, but I thought he was hot. He was okay as a number 2, but as a number one when we left when we didn't re-sign Namdi, he wasn't that good, and that's Stanford route.
Oh no, I did not like route. He got it at least. He was another one. He got a penalty every game.
Dude, I used to call him Stanford throw a fucking flag route
every game,
because every game he would make a play, and then right on cue he'd have like 3 or 4 flags following him afterwards.
Oh, I can't put route up there knowing that. Somebody else. What was I thinking of right now?
Torrey James, Fabian Washington.
Oh, Torrey James. Yeah, I like Torrey James. Yeah, he's up there.
Did you have him before Buchanan?
He was crafty. No, we'll throw him in CB2 area, tier 3.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so James. All right, gotcha. And then nickel.
Man,
put your boy Hobbs in there.
It's got to be.
We haven't really had too many. Yeah, it's got to be Hobbs. He's the only half decent, right?
But DJ Hayden, I guess.
Well, DJ Hayden, like many people forget, Hayden, he wasn't that good he was never that guy on the outside, and unfortunate.
He's
and DJ Hayden, like he just passed last year or the year before that, I believe. But when we switched him to nickel for his last year as a Raider, he was actually quite decent in that. Was it 2016 campaign? So shout out to DJ Hayden. But the other options there would be the TJ Carey. Aunt had him at Phil Buchanan as that nickel guy. But do you think he was more of an outside guy?
I thought so, yeah.
Okay.
TJ Carey, yeah, he was scrappy. I like TJ Carey. He was part of that 2014 class, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I have him there?
We'll throw TJ in there, yeah. He gave us some good plays.
He gave us some burn for a 7th round guy.
Yeah.
He could do some returning as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Another name I guess I'm forgetting. Amig Robertson. I guess you could have him in consideration there. He was more of a dime guy, but like you could throw him as that nickel.
Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah. If I think of somebody later,
we'd have him there over TJ Carey?
I'll put him in 3rd tier. Unless we can think of somebody else, but yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm shooting blanks. Like we haven't had a good legacy with nickel corners, but that has changed of late. Look at all those names were of lately or roundabouts. So yeah, but shout out to Nate Hobbs. Like he's been the consistent that we were hoping was LaMarcus Joyner, but he just wasn't in.
We could throw Dante Hall up there too.
D'Angelo Hall?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. D'Angelo Hall.
There we go. Your first watch of the podcast. Right on cue.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, we're going to go strong safety. So Huff was a strong safety who had to play different spot, but Hobbs is the slot king. Absolutely. Was Hobbs Huff was more of a free safety. It was Tyvon Branch who was the strong safety. Yeah, Tyvon Branch was strong safety.
I thought Huff was a free safety, but yeah.
Yeah. So who would be a strong safety?
Calvin Branch, right? Is it Calvin? I messed that up. Trayvon.
You were doing so well. And
who's Calvin Branch?
Who the fuck is that guy? Come on, dog.
Who the fuck is Calvin?
Right?
Jesus. Yeah.
Maybe we should revisit the nickel. Like, do we have to? Do we put D'Angelo in there, or do we keep it as
D'Angelo's trash?
D'Angelo okay, he was trash. Okay.
I was just.
But he was good as a Redskin, wasn't he?
Yeah.
In his early years.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the strong safety. So
he was a good Falcon. He was a good Falcon and then went to the Redskins. Yeah.
Tyvon Branch. Tyvon
Branch.
Yes.
I'll forget it next week. Yeah.
Tyvon Branch. I have good memories of Tyvon. He was good all around, and he was fast. He was good in pass coverage, always seemed to be around the ball, whether it be in the air or on the ground. And yeah, just a solid guy. I don't think outside of us Raider faithful appreciates him as much as what they should. And to me, him and Michael Huff has been the best safety duo that I'd seen with my own two eyes with the Raiders up until this point. Like, I mean, there's been better duos before the year 2000, but that for me is the best duo post 2000. But anyways, who would be your backup behind Tyvon?
Can we put Mike Mitchell there? Is he strong or free safety?
He's strong, but he didn't do much as a Raider. Like, I mean, this is your list, but I mean, Carl Joseph even did more than him. Trayvon Morig did more than him.
I thought that he was Carl. I like Carl Joseph. I thought he was considered more of a free safety, but no,
he was strong.
Okay, Carl Joseph's up there for me, regardless.
No, he did play some. I think he played both.
They moved him around. Yeah.
Joseph. And what's up, West Side? Nice to see you in the feed, my friend. My favorite play with Branch is when he picked up that strip fumble recovery and took it to the house, which won the game in 2010 against the Chargers, and then he started doing the shadow boxing celebration. I don't know if you guys remember that. Yeah. That was so dope.
Yeah.
The crowd was going so wild. But anyways, Carl Joseph would be the next man up. What about so Gibson was a strong safety that was quiet. Huff was whatever. Jabril Wilson was like another non-factor. We have better free safeties. Yeah, so strong safety wasn't exactly the most stellar of lists. But would you have Carl Joseph over Trayvon Morig?
Yep.
Okay. Would you consider Morig in that strong safety section?
Nope.
Okay,
that's fair. I just think he plays a little too soft for as big as he is. I'd expect him to be a little bit more involved in some of these plays. He has gotten better, but this is his contract year, so that's to be expected. If he wants to get paid, he's got to get his hands dirty. But I don't want those kind of guys on my team, to be honest. If you only play when the paycheck's coming, then you don't play for the love of the game. And I don't know if I get down with that. I mean, I get it. You guys got to feed your families. You got to make your money, but if you're making your money off the Raiders and my fucking every year I'm scratching my head why we losing, because we have a bunch of guys who don't really like football and only play for the money. But I'm
personally,
not,
I would rate him over Joseph, but if you don't think so, then
I don't.
That's fine. What about Gibson?
Carl Joseph used to lay his body on the line and fucking like a torpedo, fucking just taking out running backs like fucking. He was a fucking monster. He played
was
like
the discipline hitman that we were hoping Jonathan Abram would be.
Yeah,
because Jonathan Abram would sometimes take out like his own teammates, whereas Carl Joseph made hard hits, but like was never penalized. They were always fair. You know what I'm saying? And salute to you, Lecky. Nice to see you in the feed, my friend.
We were building something with we had Carl Joseph on his last contract, and we drafted Jonathan Abram. If we would have had them both healthy that year, I wonder all the time what our backfield would have looked like, because
having two hitmen, right? For sure.
Oof. Some hitters.
Another name. Oh no, he's more free safety. I was going to say Reggie Nelson, but he's not a guy. I thought he was overrated. Go on, Nate. One last name. Gibson.
Dang, I didn't like Gibson, but yeah, we'll go Gibson for now. If I think of somebody else.
Gotcha.
Go Eric Harris, I guess. I'm kidding.
He wasn't all the way terrible, but he wasn't that great. Kind of like he's the Andre James equivalent. Like he's the safety version of Andre James, if that makes sense. Would that be a fair comparison?
Yeah. Free safety. I gotta. Can we put Charles Woodson up there twice?
No. I mean, if we could,
list?
we would. It is your list, but
I know.
You know, we'll keep him at one spot, one slot.
Okay.
Was Rod Woodson a safety or a corner?
Rod Woodson was a safety when he came to the Raiders. Yeah. He was a corner with the Steelers.
So would he be your starter or would Michael Huff?
We'll go Rod Woodson. Yep.
Okay, that's what's up. And then Michael Huff.
Yeah, we'll go Huff.
Second team All Pro in 2010. He was quite good that year. He's a player I feel gets a bad rap. I thought he was always solid. He had some good years.
There was a lot of pressure on him simply for the number he wore, I think. He did okay. Considering the number he picked or the number they gave him, he didn't live up to that number, but he did okay. Right. He was serviceable. Yeah.
I'll address that comment. All right, I'll get back to that. I just want to say some things first. So appreciate you pulling up, Miguel. Good morning to you. Good afternoon, good evening. Never should have signed garbage Booger Minshew. Start OSC, draft a QB, and let him sit and learn and develop. Happy holidays, everyone. I appreciate you, man. Nice to see you on the feed, and I agree with those sentiments. Huff was a better CB than safety, in my opinion. Well, I only saw him 1 year as a cornerback for us. That was the year when we signed two cornerbacks, I believe, 2013. And one was Ron Bartell, the other was Shawntae Spencer. And we lost both of them before the season even started. So we had pretty much nobody. So on a whim, we was like, all right, well, even though we prefer him at safety, we chucked Michael Huff as our first, as our number one corner. And with all things considered, like that year, he did okay. He wasn't stellar, but I would disagree with that, Benther. For me, his best years was those 2010, 2011, especially 2010. Like I said, he was the second team All-Pro that season at free safety. So, yeah. And who would be your last name? Stu Schwaggart?
Stu. Hey, yeah, Stu, and I'm not even being a fanboy. Stu really played hard. He ran around the field and he put his body on the line, kind of similar to Carl Joseph. But he even lasted. He lasted longer than Carl Joseph. But I wish. Stuart Schwaggart, he's got to be up there for sure.
Yeah. He was a mid safety. Just my opinion. No, we don't have to always agree. I'm just giving you clarity in case you may have forgotten. I feel like there was times when he was better than mid. Like I said, he was a second team All Pro with 5 interceptions in 2010. I thought he was quite good that year. But if you don't see otherwise, that's cool. But anyways, that's the list for the defense. Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking about Huff. Nothing to write home about except Dorsett and Rod Woodson. Would you have Dorsett is he free safety? Painful to admit, but we have not had a free safety since those guys.
Dorsett.
Well, I don't know. I think you guys have been a bit harsh on Huff, and Schwaggart was good for a minute. He had 3 decent good years with us. So
he played hard. He ran up and made tackles, and he played hard, bro. I like the way he played.
Right. Was that his last year in the league when he played that 1 year at corner, Bentham? I don't remember if he played. Did he go to the Ravens? I don't know. Ronnie Lott. Where was Ronnie Lott? Is that the guy who came from the Niners? Is he the one I was thinking of that was an all-time great with the Niners? Yeah. Did I get him confused with Eric Allen?
He cut off his finger mid-game and went back to finish the game.
Oh, yeah. So Ronnie Lott was a safety in the 90s. Okay. All right. So you happy with that list on the defensive side of the ball?
For now. I'll probably kick myself later and think of some names, but yeah, that's good for now.
Right. That's good for now. We better keep moving because I know you got to go to work soon.
Yeah, it's that time.
Yeah, I think he was a Raven for a minute. But I did see him on the TV the other day. He was he did an interview during a Texans game, I believe. So not Texans, the Texas Longhorns, the college team. So that's what college you went to. But anyways, we'll keep it moving. Eddie Anderson in the 90s. Yeah, he was a good cornerback in the 90s. I remember seeing him when I was bending the 95 season. But and Terry McDaniel. But anyways, punter.
Scary Terry. I remember Scary Terry. Yeah. Oh, punter?
Yeah.
What?
We're on to special teams.
Yeah,
All right,
it's got to be.
move the.
It's got to be like. It's got to be Leckler.
Shane Leckler.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then AJ Cole, and then I don't think we could put a third tier for this. Yeah.
Well, I think you're forgetting Marquette King. I think he deserves a shout out.
You want to go King? King is a mark, though. Marquette King, he's a mark.
Take away the mark and the attitude, whether you like it or whether you don't. In terms of performance,
he was a hell of a punter. Yeah, he was a hell of a punter. But okay, throw him in there, third tier.
Benta, if we would, we were throwing out some names. If we were having this honorable team, like the complete opposite of doing what we're doing now, he would be the name I would have unequivocally as that starter punter, Johnny Townsend. God, he was terrible. And you know what's funny is that, like, you see that list there, like, and this is going to be the trend with punter, place kicker, and long snappers, that we're like, we haven't had that many in the door since the turn of the millennium because we've always tended to be good at that position. You could even say that could be the best positional group that we've had in the last 20 years, which is kind of sad. Punter and place kicker, we've always had guys in the door that were at that elite level. But I mean, for me, AJ Cole could trend to be better than Leckler, but Leckler had a lot of longevity as being the best or one of the best punters in the league. But AJ Cole is getting close, right?
Yeah. He's doing his thing. AJ Cole's having.
I appreciate that, Raider Pete. I'll scroll back at the end of the show so I can show you the offense and defense. But anyways, we'll move on to place kicker. Who would be your starter?
J. Cow. The cow himself.
Who?
Janikowski. The cow man.
Oh. The what?
The cow man. The cow himself. Janikowski.
Who the hell calls him Cowman?
I guess that's only in my house. Yeah, I guess I do that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard Seabass.
Yeah, he's a slob, bro. I used to fucking hate it when it was up to Janikowski to win us the game. Like, oh, you better make this shit, you motherfucking fat boy. Yeah.
Raider Pete, to be accurate, the Millennium started 2001, but most of 2000 roster was there the next year. No, 2000 is the start of the Millennium, right? Right? I don't know. It's starting from 2000, so we're not going to debate it. But Cowman, yeah. See, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's just me, I guess. Yeah, I'm a little weird.
Just while we're on Sebastian Janikowski, I was saying before I bended the year 2000, so that was the year we drafted Janikowski round 1 and Shane Leckler round 5. I believe Shane Leckler was drafted that year. But anyways, while Leckler was good right from the rip, Janikowski, he struggled bad in his rookie year. He missed, like, I remember he almost single-handedly lost us a game against the Chiefs where we won in the end, but it was no thanks to him. He missed. You know how Daniel Carlson had a bad game last week? Seabass had an equally bad game back then in his rookie season. He missed like 4 or 5 field goals, which were very makeable.
Yep.
And that was the trend the whole season until he started to come right towards the end. But, like, the rest would be history. He turns out to be one of the all-time Raider greats at that position and definitely the best in the last 24 years. But just trailing behind him, although last week he had a rough time of it.
Al Davis had to ride that out too because he drafted him in the first round. Otherwise, he would have been cut. Which he probably should have been cut. But yeah, that's another show.
I didn't know that. Seabass broke some record for getting into bar fights. Well, he does look like a bar fighter, right?
Yeah.
And those Polish, they love to fight.
Yeah.
See, you're getting roasted for this. Cowman, Seabass ass. That's what I called him. Love that guy. I'll never forget when he lost us that game against Arizona. He missed like 3 kicks, including the game winner that was a cheap shot. He was getting old at that point. Yeah, right. So
the Cowman.
Seabass,
the Cowman, see?
Like, my only problem with Seabass is that they were like he would make the long field goals, like the ones that were like at ridiculous ranges when there was no pressure. But like a little bit more often than what I would like to remember. I just remember him missing some really key field goals, and these aren't like field goals at ridiculous ranges, but I would still have to consider him there as that starter. Or, I mean, unless you disagree, because this is your list. But Daniel Carlson would be the next man up, right?
Yeah. I don't even have a third tier for this. It was well,
well, the only other option is Giorgio Tavecchio.
Yeah.
He's the only other guy we've had as a field place kicker that was on our roster for even more than a minute. So, yeah. Remember Giorgio Tavecchio?
Barely.
The left-footed Italian guy. So
he
once
was left-footed.
He was there 2017. I think he was only here for a year after Seabass retired.
You throw him up there. Yeah.
And Miguel was at that game. I was at that game in Arizona. Was that 2012? I believe that was 2012, the game against Arizona. I was at the game versus San Diego and Oakland where Lane Kiffin sent him out there to hit like a 70-yard field goal. Yeah, I heard about that. Kiffin got fired after, and Zach Miller had a 70-yard reception for a touchdown that game. Yeah. Zach Miller made our list as the backup to Darren Waller, but as you know, Brock Bowers should be able to leapfrog him. But anyways, we better get moving because you've got to get going soon, right?
Yeah.
How much longer do you have left, or do you got to go?
I got like 5 minutes. We'll shoot for 5 minutes.
All right, long snapper. Let's move through it quick.
What's his name? We got rid of him just a couple of years ago. Sieg, yeah. Sieg is up there.
So this is another legacy position. We only had a few long snappers since the turn of the millennium, but
who was before Sieg?
John Kondo. I would have John Kondo.
Yeah.
He was part of that 3-man gang with Leckler and Janikowski.
Yep.
He was a long snapper for a long time. Yeah. But Sieg was good in his own right, and then I guess Bobenmeyer being the only other guy we've had.
And Bobenmeyer, he's a willing tackler too. He used to be a linebacker, so that's a little background on him. He goes down there and he's actually looking to hit somebody. So I like Bobenmeyer a lot.
Wasn't that Italian kicker with the 12-4 Raiders team? No, I think Sebastian was still with that team. He could have been maybe in 2016, but like he was only around for a minute. Eddie Pinero. Oh, okay, yeah, he was around for us for a minute. Now he's with the Chiefs, is he? He was part of that package with when we drafted Johnny Townsend, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because they're both from Florida. Am I wrong in that? But anyways, right. The dishonorable mention for long snapper would be what's his name? The linebacker we had as long snapper, 2012 home opener. I've talked about a few times, and now I'm drawing a blank. Oh God, what's his name? The linebacker who was rolling the ball like tunnel ball. Travis Gaethel, that's it. Travis Gaethel. He'd be my dishonorable mention. I would go on a rant about Travis Gaethel, but we're running out of time, so we better move quick. Kick returner.
Harris. I think Harris. Well, he's got to be up there.
Chris Carr?
Chris Carr would probably be up there, yeah. Jacoby Ford.
I was going to say, Jacoby is it's like Jacoby, and Jacoby, then everyone else. Definitely the greatest kick returner.
Yeah, that
would be it,
right? Yeah, okay. Punt returner.
And then punt returner.
I like Cordell Patterson back there.
Yeah, but he didn't do anything with us. I
want to say he returned at least one kick.
Not too well, man. He teams did kick to him.
We had to use him. We were the first team to use him at running back.
Yeah, but like as a returner, he didn't do nada as a Raider. Like because he came from the Vikings. He came from the Vikings where he was the best in the league. Then we signed him in 2017, and he did nada because teams refused to kick to him.
Yeah.
But Johnny Lee Higgins would be the punt returner. I agree with the chat.
Okay, we'll throw Higgins in there. I like Higgins. He was shifty.
What'd you call him? Higgins?
Higgins.
Yeah. Higgins. Apparently, the guy had a real screw loose. Like, he wasn't the sharpest tack in the sea when they're shed.
You gotta be a little crazy just to stand back there and let people come at you.
Dwayne
full
Harris
speed.
got that return on a punt return, not a kick return. So he was more your punt returner.
Yeah.
That one for a touchdown.
Okay.
Chris Carr? Would you have Chris Carr in there?
I think Chris Carr, yeah, he was legit. Little shifty little dude.
I know
Joshua
Patterson did return, but he just didn't do anything as a returner with us, which breaks my heart. Like,
because you're right though, because teams were afraid to kick it to him. So that
teams
was kind of still
they
effective.
didn't kick it to him, which sucked.
Which was still effective. He did his job back there, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
That's Dwayne Harris, Raider man. Dwayne Harris is the punt returner. Should we just leave it at 2?
For now, I think.
Do you want to put a third guy?
I can't.
Yeah. So Dwayne Harris was all right. So we'll leave it at that. So there's your special team. So punter, Leckler, Cole, King, place kicker, Seabass, Carlson, Tavecchio, long snapper, Kondo, Sieg, Bob and Moyer, kick returner, Jacoby Ford and Chris Carr, and punt returner, Lee Higgins and Harris. All right. Just real quickly, the last one, coaches. Who would be your head coach, offensive coordinator, and defensive coordinator?
Josh McDaniels.
Of course. How could you not?
Oh my goodness! See, I'm not a big fan of Gruden. The first time when he back in the '90s, it was like, yeah, okay. Then he came back after all the bullshit.
Appreciate it.
I got to put Jack Del Rio up there before Gruden.
Yeah. So you going with Del Rio? Okay.
Yeah.
What's up? Okay. I'll snap it. Oh my god. I gotta change this up. Give me mine. Can you see that spelling? Atrocious spelling.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll snap it. And all right, who would be your offensive coordinator?
Hugh Jackson. I wish. Yeah. I guess he was a head coach, but
over Musgrave?
Yeah, Musgrave's up there, yep.
So who would be your Hugh Jackson?
For the head coach runner up? Or
no, offensive
or OC
coordinator. Yeah, we'll just do one. And yes, we know, yes. Pete. We know there's been better ones before that, but anyways, go on.
It's got to be Musgrave.
Running out of time.
It's got to be Musgrave.
All right.
It's got to be Musgrave, yeah.
And who would be your defensive coordinator? Dennis Allen, head coach. I would still say Dennis Allen was better than Josh McDaniels, though.
Yeah, yeah.
There was context to Dennis Allen's bad. There was he took over a team that was strapped for. We were in the worst salary cap hell we'd ever been in, and we had no round 1, 2, or 3 his first year as a Raider coach. We only got a pity compensatory round 3 pick in Dennis Allen's first year. So yes, he was bad, but there was context to his bad. Like Josh McDaniels took over a team that should have been rolling to the playoffs. Instead, we nosedived into oblivion, and we're still paying for it. But anyways, defensive coordinator.
I got maybe Rob Ryan. Is it? Yeah.
Rob Ryan? Okay.
Yeah.
Because even in those years we struggled, we were one of the best teams in the league defensively, right?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's your coaching?
That was the only bright spot.
Jack Del Rio.
Yep.
Head coach. Offensive coordinator, Chad Musgrave, and Rob Ryan as your defense coordinator. I'd personally go with Gruden, being that he was successful in those early 2000s. But if you want to put Del Rio there, that's up to you. So there we have it, chat. I'll just go through it real quickly. So there's the offense. If you guys want to have a look at it there, there's the names. I won't call them out, but you guys can see it for yourself. If there's anyone you agree or disagree with, you can put down in the comments below. I'm going to scroll to the defense. So that's the defensive side of the ball. No real surprises for me personally. They're all pretty much there. I mean, that last spot at defensive end, with Justin Tuck, like you could make a case for others. Like I like Matt Shaughnessy and maybe Trevor Scott and I don't know, Malcolm Kuntz last year, but and then there's the rest of the names you got: starters, backups, honorable mention. Your special teams, that's pretty much all a shoe-in. Pretty easy list. And then your coaching staff. All right. So that wraps up the team of the Millennium with Nutty Nate. Is there any final thoughts before we get up out of here?
Hey, that's it for me. I got to get to work. Appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. We'll see you next week. Let's go beat these Buccaneers. Fuck them.
I appreciate you, AR. Let's just see what happens.
As always.
Thanks for coming off with me, brother. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Yes, hopefully, the next time we get together, be under happier circumstances. Before you go, anyone in the chat, like I see Benther, Pete, if you guys want to do one of these, my door's always open. This for me is fun. So you guys can find me on IG, Afakasi Raider, if you're not already following me, but most of you guys already are. I'm more than happy to get together in a morning live and chop it up and do one of these. It's a bit of fun in a otherwise pretty forgettable season, right? So,
yeah.
Anyways, chat.
Definitely. Hey,
gotta get going.
We'll probably get one of these going in with our podcasts at the end of the season.
The JWP.
So we'll definitely, we'll definitely get you in there.
For sure. I would love that. Banther, I know he's pretty keen on doing something like this, So, but anyways, look, I don't want to keep you anymore. I know you got to get to work. Red Nation for life. Win, lose, or tie. You know what time it is. It's Red Nation till we what? Nutty Nate.
Motherfucking die.
Die. All right. Peace out. Catch you on the flip side for sure. All right. Bye.